Hello everyone, this is Yogesh Joshi from Indian Chemical News, and we have with us today Mr. Rajesh Baviskar. You are the country sales manager for India and Sri Lanka region for a company called Garlock, right?
Yeah,
Thank you so much for speaking to ICN today, sir.
you're welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah. To start with, can you give us a brief introduction about the company?
Yeah, so Garlock is basically American company. Our headquarters is in US, and we are a global company having different manufacturing locations globally in Asia, Europe, and Americas. In India, we established in 2007, and since then we are at very good growing path, adding our local value additions to our customers and focusing on various including industries including chemical is one of our major focus, oil and gas, power, and we are now venturing into food and pharmaceutical industry as well. So globally, Garlock is known for its research and development and innovative products for all these industries. So we serve our OEMs as well as end users directly and through our distribution channel as well. So we are more than 130 years old company. So a lot of experience and technology behind us, which helps us to innovate products for our customers after listening to their voices.
I see. So, do you also have a manufacturing setup in India?
So we have light manufacturing activities here. So we have a lot of products coming from our global locations, and what we do here in India is basically a value addition to our gasketing product line. So sheets are coming from our overseas plants, and then we fabricate gaskets as per customer sizes, whether those are standard or non-standard, and as per their drawings, and deliver it to them.
I see. In terms of the R&D, spend of the overall company, can you throw a little bit light from global side of it?
Yeah, so it's a global initiative where we have product management teams working together with business development teams, and then R&D is also a part of the team. And we being a flagship Enpro company is one of the divisions. So Enpro as a whole decides on which industries we should be focusing, and there we try to spend our money. So like I said, we are focusing into food and pharma, and now almost everyone in the world knows the importance of food and pharma after COVID especially. So we have been, focusing that industry since last 10 years now, and that's, I think, really we are well ahead of the time where we know where to go and what products this industry needs and how to serve them, what certification goes behind all these products and materials. So our R&D teams are working well ahead of it and developing the products. So as far as spend is concerned, I don't have a ballpark figure because Enpro is a big group, and so probably 10 to 12% of our revenues we spend on R&Ds, spread across the different divisions.
So, in terms of the competitive landscape, where do you, see yourself vis-a-vis the other players in the market?
So Garlock,
What's your USP?
as I said, Garlock is 130-year-old company, more than 130-year-old company. So we are, pioneers of a lot of products in the industry. Like using PTFE as a gasketing material was actually invented by Garlock. So our Gylon materials become a flagship product in the gasketing industry, and it was serving chemicals and food and pharma industry for so many years. And a lot of other gasket manufacturer followed the path as well to make similar gaskets from PTFE materials. So our major strength is our innovation capabilities, and our major strength is basically our materials technology, because all materials from which we make our products like Gylons or millwright materials those are all developed by ourselves in our labs, and we produce them by ourselves. So we don't outsource material to manufacture our products. So that's, I think, our major strength. And in today's world, who controls the materials technology is basically a leader in the segment. So
Okay. Since you are again, a leading question arising out of this is being a leading global company in this space. Where do you see Indian customers or Indian, manufacturing companies, be it chemical, otherwise, likewise, in terms of awareness, in terms of maturity level, if you see, in the, about all these things, as compared to the global.
Yeah, I can definitely see a shift happening in last 10 years. So I have been with Garlock since last 15 years now. But the trouble or hardship we used to have to convince a customer to use such a high quality product and of course an expensive product was very very hard during those days. And today, that shift is happening. People are understanding of using high quality products, even though our products fall under C category, B2C category. They are not, large value items. They are not capital goods. But, since, as you know, since last maybe 10, 15 years, the export industry has grown a lot. And all the exports of these equipments and systems going to US and American companies. So Indian manufacturers started to understand that they need a supplier who has global presence and of course not only global presence but has very, very good quality product. So their total product warranty as a whole can be increased. So this C class items fails, their whole equipment stops to function. So they have to run their service team to replace a gasket or an O-ring or a seal, which is very very low cost. But the cost of replacing that free of charge, is high for this equipment manufacturer. So they started to understand this, and I think a lot of multinationals coming to India, they are going away from asbestos products. So that mindset is changing definitely. And of course, now Indian customers are not those traditional customers. They want to have high efficiency products, high output within short time, and also our purchasing power is improving. So that everything putting together, I think it's a good scenario going forward in the future, and I expect the industry to value the product and not just see at the cost. So I'm sure that shift is definitely coming.
Quite interesting. Um, in terms of the business sentiments, if we talk about, especially with COVID or the pandemic settling down in some parts of the world, how is India placed for your organization in terms?
So we are not very big in India yet. So we have very small share. So even if we grow at 20-30%, it looks very fancy to say 20-30%, but on what base? And I'll be very honest with that. So, but I see, as I said, the shift is happening already. So you have to be at right place at right time. Your vision for the market and for the developments happening in the market. So, say around 10 years back, we sensed that there is a need for very high temperature applications. So now solar is coming up. So all solar plants have very, very high temperature applications, and you need to have a product to seal those high temperatures. So we already worked on it around 10 years back. We developed the product. It is already in the market now. So Indian or local capabilities, technological capabilities are increasing, and we will definitely have to match up that speed. And we being distance from our headquarters, for multinationals like us, conveying this message, getting into our R&D groups and working on those projects and getting a product shaped and testing and commercially launching is a big chain of events. And I think all of us, like companies like us, are doing fantastic job in that particular area. So as far as industry development for future in India is concerned, I think we are placed at very right situation right now. And the growth what we expect is like I mean you work on chemical industry, focused chemical industry, so how fast it is growing. So like in Gujarat, there are a lot of new areas coming up for chemical industry. In South, there are a lot of new areas coming for pharmaceutical industry. So we are going to be a hub to export a lot of these raw materials or semi-finished products, and from which the finished products in European and American markets would be manufactured.
Very interesting. So in terms of the trends, if we talk about from a technology side of it, being a global company, I'm sure like solar you mentioned this. Which are the other trends that you see would be relevant to India market going forward?
I think we are one of the largest pharmaceutical industry in India, but still, except few big names, a lot of small players, they are not very well organized in terms of manufacturing processes, and product utilization like these gaskets and sealing products which they use and so-called FDA, they are not truly FDA products they are using. So that industry, I think, is going very fast, and I'm purposely saying it is very fast because this kind of situations, pandemics, doesn't give us time to react. So industry has to be ready and has to meet the speed they need, and this is all whole supply chain. Not only equipment manufacturer, but the products they need to produce their complete equipment, suppliers needs to be up to the mark as well. So I think pharmaceutical industry is one of the biggest thing happening in India as far as my knowledge goes.
One last question, sir, related to the overall, portfolio of your organization in India. Where do we see Garlock India, the next down the line, let's say 5 years from now?
Yeah. So in India now, traditionally since last 10 years, we will be mostly doing our business as a trading business, getting parts from overseas locations and supplying it to our customers. So in those years and with working experience with closely working with our customers, we realized that this model needs to be changed. We can't serve our customers fast enough if we don't have local capabilities. So our what I see for us is in next 5 to 10 years we will be adding more local value to our customers by producing some products of Garlock in India locally, and the industries which are growing like fugitive emission compliances will be one of the biggest talks in coming years. So products for those industries should be manufactured here in India, and on those projects we are working internally, and I think those will happen soon. So going forward, maybe in next 5 to 10 years, you will see Garlock as one of the manufacturers here in India.